Oh my. Mr. T. Mr. T is having problem. I don't know why I'm starting very late like that. Yeah. Well, good morning and welcome to the Vintage Talk Show. Um, we're a little worried with our similar routine lateness. We must apologize again. Not in our culture, and we will work on that. We'll work on that. I tried to get the crew together. We'll join in you. Welcome this morning to the Vintage Talk Show, wherever you are listening to us. It's going to be a great day as we get set on the new journey, understanding our country, solving our problems, and resolving the issues. So you're welcome. We're about the cruise. My name is Femi Akintunde-Johnson. My friends call me Faj. Mr. T, can you hear me? Mr. T, hey, yes, still there. Okay. Surely my co-anchors are on their way. We're sorting out the traffic problems and the log jam on the way. We'll be back shortly to join us. But I start. Thank God Esife is in the studio. Good morning, Esife. How are you today?
Good morning. I am doing very well. Welcome to another beautiful day, another beautiful session and edition of our great show.
Amen. Welcome to this beautiful day on this beautiful show. It promises to be interesting. Actually, we have a long lineup for you. We'll be discussing issues on talking points, and possibly we'll be able to do our let's rewind today. Then we have a panel discussion on the importance of an incredible human being in our midst. I think it is time to introduce my co-anchors. They seem to be staring up. Good morning this morning, Mr. T, Alex. Good morning.
Good
We've
morning.
been battling it
Good
together for 10
morning.
minutes. Wow.
Yeah. Well, we must apologize on behalf of the networks. It's really interesting. So, on behalf of all the networks, Faj, Alex, accept my apology. We hope and pray to be well behaved next time. Sorry about today.
That's a nice one. We haven't
Uh,
heard from Alex. Are you with us? Good morning, Alex.
hey,
Oh,
brother,
something is wrong with his voice. You still have to do the apologies again, Mr. T.
I have to. Faj, you didn't tell the whole world that your telephone started
Okay.
calling me yesterday.
On its own, no. Okay, I think
On its
Alex is
own.
getting. Alex, good morning. Oh, he's still having problems.
Hello.
He's still having
Ah,
problems. Okay. I'm sure we'll get by. And then second apology. on behalf of the networks will be in order, you know. But meanwhile, let's go on until Alex catches up with us.
Mhm.
Um, yes, let's kick off with what our ancestors say this morning. And I quote: "The one falsehood spoils a thousand truths.
Mm,
One falsehood spoils a thousand truths."
mm, mm.
It's just like that.
True.
Immediately you
Very
break
true.
the circle of trust. Immediately you break a
Mhm.
circle of uh, dependency on you or reliability on you. To repair it, it will
It's a
tail.
tough one. Very tough.
In, even if it's just one, circumstance beyond your control kind of influence that led you
Mhm.
to that, you know,
Mhm.
retrieving your grace or retrieving your standing in the
Mm.
truth sector is going to be very hard. So it
Very
is
difficult.
indeed that one falsehood can destroy a mountain of truth that we have built over time. So let's try as much as we can. We are all human beings. Some of us, there's no angels here. So let's try as much as we can to stand on the path of truth, especially our leaders, political,
Mm.
religious, social, and all cadres of leadership stay the course of truth, because when you disappoint, it's very difficult to retrieve your relationship, a trustful, reliable, dependable relationship with the people in any society or situation.
Hello.
Satya, are you okay? Okay, Alex, are you
I
back?
am
Oh,
Alex.
great.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna reintroduce you, and then hopefully your voice will not go.
Stay where you are as you are.
Okay, we are back, and by His grace, Alex is also back. Good morning, Alex. Good
Good
morning.
morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Lagos. Great to be on 90.9 again. Last week I was under the weather, but I'm glad to be back hale and hearty. Yeah.
Sorry.
Mm, we thank God.
Sorry about that.
Alex is today on top of the weather. Nothing is pulling him down. We thank God for that. This country can put you under all kinds of weather, you know. But, but whatever the situation, we continue to speak truth to power and shine light on dark sports anywhere we are. Well, so let's start. We have our appetizers for you, our takes on Nigerian entertainment news, global trends, and reviews of major newspaper headlines. As much as we can get it through before our time for talking points. It's ready for.
Yes, I am ready.
Okay, shoot.
Yemi Alade to record new series theme song. Yemi Alade, the award-winning singer, has been chosen to record and perform the theme song for Cartoon Network's upcoming Nigerian superhero animation, Yanu. The series is deeply rooted in Nigerian culture and mythology and is set to debut in 2025. This marks the second time the singer has worked on an international animation project, following her previous involvement in Beyoncé's Lion King, The Gift album. Alade, who recently released her seventh album, Rebel Queen, and her 10th musical project, announced her role in the series' YouTube channel on Saturday, 3rd August. The cast includes talented Nigerian voice actors such as Sarah Johnson as Ziano, along with Adeswai Tomi Wellington, Stella Damasos, Blossom Chukwujeku, and Shafi Bello. Iyanu is scheduled to premiere in the US and across Africa in 2025. In the US, the series will be available on Cartoon Network and Max, while in 44 African countries, it will be accessible through Showmax, targeting a global audience.
Well,
Congrats, congrats,
congrats.
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 Big
Congrats.
congrats.
Congrats to Yemi Alade. That's a good one. Uh, does
Yeah.
anyone
Big one.
Yeah.
remember Power Man? Power Man, the cartoon
Oh,
magazine.
Oh
yes.
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 Oh yes.
Yes.
Oh
No,
yes,
That
oh
was what
man,
came to
is
mind
it
when
has
I
no
heard the
idea?
4-0 thing.
it's a
Is it has no, it has no inkling of what you're talking about. Hey, how time
Alex,
flies.
it's a
Yes, there was
generational team.
it is. We understand. And we see, as they say, the world is moving and we are following. Time changes and all.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, just read up, or maybe you check something. Even Google cannot cannot get it because
Could
doesn't
not
want
get
to
it.
put. Don't know it.
Who has no idea?
So we have to start appealing to gentlemen like Mr. T. Ale, please help Google out, help Google out, so that they can have more rounded information. But, okay, let's go.
Francis Duru loses son. Francis
Hey.
Duru, a
Oh
veteran
dear,
Nollywood
oh
actor,
dear.
expressed
Hmm.
over the passing of his son, Ifeanyi. He shared the heartbreaking news on Instagram Thursday, 8th August, describing Ifeanyi as a brave fighter and a champion.
Hmm.
In a heartfelt post, he wrote, "My champ, my lion, you fought like a lion. If this is the way you want it, so be it. I still judge you faithful. Ifeanyi, my champ, I will miss you, son.
Hmm.
I will forever love you. Rest in peace, son. Rest. I give you thanks, Lord." The sudden
Oh
loss
dear.
shocked fans and colleagues, especially as Duru had celebrated Ifeanyi's 15th birthday in December last year.
Yeah.
An outpouring
Wow.
of condolences flooded his Instagram post as friends and fans offered words of comfort to the grieving actor and his family.
Hmm.
Wow.
Francis, we commiserate with you and we ask for the Lord to help you pass this tragic moment. I don't even know what to say. He will feel. I mean, he will goes through it, feels it, and knows what it is. I don't know uh,
It's
what
an
pain you're going through.
inconsolable situation. How do you
Inconsolable,
console someone who,
inconsolable,
who loses a child?
inconsolable. My brother, sorry. That's
Hmm.
that's all we can
Sorry.
say. So weak and ineffective, but sorry, sorry.
Damilare Olaiya calls out Nollywood actors politically exposed. Nigerian actor Damilare Olaiya spoke out against his colleagues in the film industry who support President Bola Tinubu's government. He addressed his concerns during the recent End Bad Governance protest at Ganifa Oyemi Park in Odota, Lagos. Olaiya, best known for his role in Nigerian television drama series Super Story, expressed his frustrations with the federal government's poor governance, corruption, and the rising cost of living in the country. He specifically called out colleagues who backed Tinubu's administration, noting that they are now avoiding public backlash by turning off their comment section. He emphasized the need to end bad governance in Nigeria and criticized veteran Nollywood actresses who have openly supported the current administration, highlighting the intense criticism they have faced with the country's ongoing economic challenges.
Well, Dari, thank you for your interjection. But everybody has a fundamental right to associate,
Mhm.
to talk,
Mhm.
hate
Yeah.
speech, make all sorts. Just as the Nollywoodians have done in support of the government, so have the people also done, causing them to
Hmm.
shut down their comment section. Because everybody has a right to complain about what's not going right with them. So when it was good, you supported and they were hailing you or abusing you depending on where they stand. And now when it seems to be going south, of course they will lash you and there will be backlash. It's understandable. If things pick up again in a year's time, they will praise you. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
human beings are fickle. They flow with the situation. If it
Mhm.
were
Yeah.
everything
Those
your
who
tummy,
kill will
well,
crucify.
nobody cares
Some of
about
them
whether
one
you.
day crucifying the other.
Yeah, they'll be hailing you. They should give us some of what you are getting, and all that stuff. But when it turns out, yeah, it's
Mm.
not that we are
Mm.
sour losers. It is a human thing. When things go south, you look for somebody to lash. So Nollywoodians who are politically exposed, we are exposed.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Okay. Let's go on. Leave this all these political people.
14-year-old autistic Nigerian set to win Guinness World Record. 14-year-old Nigerian art sensation Kanyachukwu Tagbo Keke, also known as Kanye, is aiming to set a Guinness World Record for the largest art canvas, measuring 10,000 square feet.
Hmm.
His project, titled A Possibility is a Myth, is a
Yeah.
unique endeavor that not only
I
seeks to
love that.
surpass the current record of
Hmm.
9,652 square meters set by an artist in Qatar, but also aims to raise funds for the Ziba Foundation State of the Art Autism Resource Center in Abuja, Nigeria.
Hmm.
Wow.
Additionally,
Wow.
the project serves as a platform to promote autism awareness, inclusion, and acceptance through art. Kanye, a student at the Ziba Foundation and a fellow of the Society of Nigerian Artists, is not just attempting to set a record, he's breaking barriers. As the youngest person to attempt the largest art canvas and the first individual on the autism spectrum in this category, his remarkable talent has garnered national recognition. He has received numerous awards and his exhibitions have been celebrated worldwide.
Hmm.
The Ziba Foundation, a non-profit organization founded in 2019, provides support to autistic children, their families, and caregivers. The foundation aims to build a state-of-the-art resource center in Abuja. The project's objectives include raising funds for the new and expanding Ziba Foundation's Autism Resource Center, promoting autism awareness, inclusion, and acceptance through art, and showcasing Kanye's exceptional talents. It's a journey that inspires and invites others to create a welcoming space for children with autism in Nigeria and beyond.
Wow.
Mm,
Wow.
mm.
It's a great
Great
project. I
initiative,
saw the
great
young
project.
chap, very young. I think they're about 12 or 14 or thereabout. He looks young.
Mm.
Uh, Anything that we can do for children with special needs, we need to work on it. For all our children, actually, we need to
Yeah.
find a way, an outlet for them to expand and develop their skills. This is a great one. This is one of those GWR that makes sense. All this
Definitely.
cooking,
Definitely. We,
frying
you
popo,
know,
and all these other guys.
this thing we have in our environment. Once a youngster has an ailment, we cast him aside, we stigmatize instead of
Yeah,
drawing him in and encouraging him. Unknown to
illusion.
people, you know, even the people who have ailments or are disabled, they have gifts that
Mm-hmm.
God has put in them, you know,
Giving them, yeah.
and we need to encourage them and see how they can use those gifts
So we
for the
can
good of
use it.
themselves,
Yeah.
yeah, and mankind generally.
Yeah.
Well,
But
thank you
despite
so
of
much.
how they come out, they have innate talents. God is wonderful. He just deposits some very interesting and intelligible talent in them. And it's
They
Yeah,
our
do.
duty to discover those things. And it's quite a thumbs up for this chap. Thumbs up.
You will see if you watch American movies, they try to highlight their special skills or
That's it.
extraordinary gifts of autism or autistic people. You know how they
Mm-hmm.
create fantasy out of, just to give them the
Mm-hmm.
a sense of awe that they desire,
Mm-hmm.
so that the society can be well rounded.
Mm-hmm.
We have a
Yeah,
long way to go. But a lot of
we
individuals are trying.
do. We
You are
do.
trying. Kudos to the Foundation. And I know everyone everywhere. I remember the Down Syndrome Foundation of Ruth Modi, a fantastic
Oh,
individual,
nice
corners
one.
of the world,
I
lifting
remember.
our children up so that they do not
Mm-hmm.
lag and they do not waste away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. On that note, we have come to the end of today's entertainment news by AC Fair Arogundade. And we'll take a short break and proceed to global trends. Let's look at this fellow from Port Harcourt. They call him Timaya, and he says, "Day your day." So, Alex, have you seen the what's it called? Have you seen the global trends?
Yes, I have it.
Okay. Thank you for watching on Facebook. Thank you for watching on YouTube. I'm able to say all this because we are on musical break. Don't assume that NEPA is taking light here. we are taking, we are taking. Yes, it's just break, and we can't allow the music to get out because of all this international wahala, all this copyright and all that stuff. And by the way, we pay our copyright dues. It's just that international people, they will say somewhere in Korea, somewhere in Russia, somebody's complaining, somewhere in Estonia, some strange places like that. Please check your Facebook. Is this thing showing well? Or let me check the screen. Is it showing? Is it capturing the?
Sure.
I'm still here with my brother, uh, talking about Jekunle and Alex Ogundadebe. And we are moving on to global trends. That was Timaya. It says, day your day, make a day my day, so nobody will trouble anybody. If we just do that in Nigeria, that would be peace. Everybody just mind their own business. That would be peace all right. But people can't day their day. They must enter your day, so that day, day there again. I don't know. So, people just love peace and day your day. If government will day their day, they will do what they promise they will do. Everybody should just day their day, contribute to the peace and prosperity of the land. We are going to take a review, maybe next week, we take a review of all the things we have gone through in the past 10 days. Have we moved forward? We have been better to day our day. And,
When you use that expression, all the things we've
you
gone
know,
through, it tends
you
towards
know,
the negative.
well, we'll see what we've gone through. I mean, in Lagos, I've just been waking and sleeping. I haven't seen any. But in the north, you can't say the same. It's tragic. But let's leave that for another day. Uh, Today is something else. Alex, are you ready for us with global trends?
Yeah, we're going right into global trends, and we're starting with a story from Austria titled Taylor Swift Watch. It says Austrian security officials have given more details about a foiled suicide attack plot at the Eras Tour concert in Vienna. Ironically, I believe that's a Taylor Swift concert, or a concert that she's taking part
Yeah.
in. It says, meanwhile, fans of the singer staged an impromptu gathering in the city to sing her songs and show their defiance.
Mm.
So it's heating up in Austria.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's like what they say in Nigeria. You want to overcook bosilakbo. You want to put her in trouble, you know,
Yeah.
committing suicide in comes. I mean, I don't understand. Anyway, I'm not in his shoes. I don't know what people. Let's go on. I don't know.
So next
At
to the
least it's not.
US,
Yeah.
we're looking at a story titled Stock Markets Rebound. It says US stocks have recorded their best trading day since November 2022 after a surprise drop in unemployment claims helped ease concerns about a slowing economy.
Mm.
Anything you hear about the US now,
Yeah.
you have to
Yeah.
be a bit skeptical because we're moving close to an election.
It's
Elections. Yeah.
campaign troops, all kinds of campaign. You can't trust anything, especially now that Republicans are not having easy with Democrats. Eyes are red. Oh.
Yeah.
Anything is fight. Oh my. Okay, let's move on.
All right.
Oh,
Next, we're going to the UK. The title of the story is Taken into Custody. British model and media personality Katie Price has been arrested at Heathrow Airport for failing to attend court.
Mm.
Mm. Mm.
So she wanted to run away, avoid a court appearance, and they picked her up.
Well,
Is
they
she
say the wicked.
Nigerian?
No, she's not.
Maybe she has
I just
Nigerian blood.
I just asked you
You know,
because
there's
we're
no,
still in this part of the world. We are still looking for some people who disappeared how long ago,
how long ago?
and they are still
But
looking for them. And the
there's no
court has
peace.
said produce them, and we can't find them.
Yeah, you know. And it's not as if they have money to go to Bermuda or to Barbados. As in here, you know,
They are
even
in
drinking in
Nigeria.
joints. But you see, we'll get better. Don't worry, we'll get better. We'll get better.
Okay.
Yes.
Next, we're going to the United States, and the title of the story is Roaming Reptiles. It says Tropical Storm Debbie has given South Carolina's alligators the opportunity to test new waters, from puddles to backyard pools and the roads in between. Oh dear, they have alligators on rampage. That's
Wow!
a serious one
Wow!
because of this.
I hope they are pets. They are pet alligators, though. Not
No,
man-eating ones.
these are man-eating
Do
from
you
the
have pet
soil.
alligators?
I don't know. I don't know. I see some people. I mean, this guy, Kwamwan has alligators in his place. He used to have, and I knew about that. It was his pet now, just like he was keeping dogs. You know,
Are they alligators or crocodiles? You know, alligators are not native to Africa.
They are not well, true, but I don't know.
I don't know the difference. I don't know the difference. Alligators that I know we have crocodiles here.
Yeah, we have
know,
crocodiles.
especially in deeper parts of the southwest and all that. But if you put alligator, I don't want to see the two so that I would know the difference. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in differentiating them.
I don't even. You don't want to see. I don't want to know. I don't want to. I don't want to know about them.
Okay, let's
All right. The next story is a tragedy out of Brazil. The title is Air Disaster. It says a passenger plane has crashed in Brazil, killing all 62 people on board.
Very sad.
So I saw the debris in the farmland, forest area was bad.
Oh, bad. 62.
These things don't happen regularly, but when they do, they're so massive, so unit. They just everybody on board. There's no oh
Dear me, dear me.
they goes ready to rest their souls.
Yeah.
It's so
Amen to that. 62 people. Sad.
okay.
Okay,
We
next
still
we're
have to
going
move.
to Eastern Europe, and the Russo-Ukraine war is still on. It says Russia is still struggling to repel a cross-border incursion by Ukraine, which said it had hit military airfields deep inside Russia. My God. Ukraine actually ran into Russia
They did.
and launched an attack.
That
I
was
don't know.
shocking for me. I don't know
I
how.
don't know. I don't know why everybody's in shock. Russia is in Ukraine now. Why can't Ukraine be in Russia? It's just that the reprisal will be worse. Those people have been sending drones. Now they've entered with their guided missile. It's
There
war.
was a time in the world when the other world powers used to fear Russia. Russia at the point was the most feared nation on earth.
Yes, yes.
But
They
now
have been
you see,
they have been demystified. This war has exposed them a great deal. And recently Ukraine just got hold of a jet fighter bomb or something bomber. I don't know where that came from. They made a loud noise
Yes.
about it a few days ago, and I knew it was to cause some havoc. And I think that's the result. It's a
Well,
tough ride for Putin at the moment.
it
it will be
is.
very sad for anyone uh, to think that Russia's power is diminished substantially, such that it cannot, evaporate one country or the other. It's just that there is the balance of power has shifted substantially away, and they can't
Yeah.
face from the rest of the world and all that. But Russia, they are still very powerful. And because all those that broke away, they're like small, like Ajegunle, Alimosho, all these small countries that are not more than our local government. Some of them are not as big as if I could or Kenya. If you gather all of that together, and I
Oh
don't
my
have to
God.
Lagos.
But
Oh my God.
Ukraine is quite big. When you look at the land.
Want to compare to Russia? Don't to Russia.
All right,
Okay.
gentlemen, the next story takes us back to the US. It says US to lift Saudi ban. The Biden administration has decided to lift the ban on US sales of offensive weapons to Saudi Arabia. The State Department said on Friday, reversing a 3-year-old policy to pressure the kingdom to wind down the Yemen war. So they're lifting the ban on the sales of weapons to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. They all need allies now. In case their fancy baby is attacked. They want US would rather fall down and let the whole world fall instead of Israel falling. So they have to cushion any possible, because if Iran wants to fight now, it will need Saudi space. It will need Jordan, it will need places, to launch attacks and all that.
Yeah. And Israel is moved into Lebanon because Hamas have fled to Lebanon. Israel has chased them into southern Lebanon. Bombing the place.
Yeah. And that any attack on Israel, they are not going to waste time. They are firing back. And the one they have done with those selected assassinations of Hamas leadership group and all that, is like pulling the breast of a mad woman. He's going to follow you all over the place. So they have pulled something down.
These analogies.
Oh Lord, come on, Fudge, come on. My own concern is this. This war is generational. In the next 1 million years, it will still be on. If the universe exists. Because think about it. Unborn kids are going to be told this story. They will pass the story on. On one day, they slept in Israel, and all of a sudden, Gaza people came and they struck on the 16th of 1 month. It's going to be. It's just there. It's just there.
You're right. Because even in their holy books, they're all written down, documented for further action. So it's not going to end.
Yeah.
Except some miracle, some divine intervention that can. I don't know. They've defied all kind of interjections, improvements, and all sorts, diplomatic and military, and all sorts. And it's all about land and space. It's all about land. Well,
okay. The next story takes us to Africa. The title is "Unruly RSF Fighters." 20 out of 43 people from Sudanese communities interviewed by Reuters described a spiral of looting, kidnapping, and killing after the group seized most of Sudan's central El Gazira state in December.
Sudan.
It just occurred to me that in virtually every 5 out of 10 or 15 countries, there's one major conflict going on. Like in Africa, for instance, you have in Somalia and you have in Sudan. Serious warfare.
Well, you didn't add your own country because you're in Lagos.
we are not at war. We're not really at war.
Ask them in the Northeast. They don't know that there is no war in Northeast. Though.
They don't know.
They don't know. We have IDPs there. We have extensive IDPs there. So when you're in Lagos, you're reading news here now. You don't know what's going on there. There are conflicts all over the place, And then we have self-generated conflicts, like the one we passed through in this. Are we still passing it? That we passed through in this hunger strikes. Okay.
All right. Next, we're going to Asia. We have like 2 or 3 left.
Okay.
In Asia, the title of the story, Hasina didn't resign before fleeing. Longtime Bangladeshi leader Sheikh Hasina had not resigned as prime minister before fleeing this week to India as anti-government protesters marched on her official residence, her son and advisor said early yesterday.
I was so sad.
Yeah. Very sad.
You could see, failure of leadership and a traumatized citizenry. You see them, showing off what they've looted from the house. They're showing braziers, they're showing undies, they're showing trinkets, they're showing. It was terrible. So if the woman had stayed behind, they could have killed her.
Man. They would have killed her. They were actually heading for that place. Yeah. They wanted to finish her. They were so
strong in their resolve that even when the military wanted to intervene, they said no, they don't want any military regime. They wanted, so they picked an old man who they call, is it not a banker to the poor? To
yeah. And I was actually I was asking myself, if the man had said no, what would have happened?
It's a mob now. They might kill him. They might just look for another thing, or they might. But he has to accept, or else it will go into anarchy. He has to accept by force, by fire, or else it will deteriorate. When they begin to now look for leadership among themselves, then there will be killings and more destruction.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. I think someone's trying to
Um,
call us. I will see if I can pick the call later. Let's go on, please.
all right. Now, set to punish Israel is the title of a story coming out of Iran. It says Iran is set to carry out an order by Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei to
Mm.
harshly punish Israel over the assassination of a Hamas leader in Tehran. A Revolutionary Guard's deputy commander was quoted as saying on Friday by local news agencies.
Mm.
So retaliation, Iran, and Israel is surrounded by Arab nations. So
I could see. I
I'm
mean,
afraid
you
to
could see
think
that
what will happen.
they're also on high alert. They're all primed, waiting for attack. If you go inside Iran to effect assassination, you expect reprisal. Those
Yeah,
guys, they don't follow. It's the Old Testament style, eye for an eye. You know, But the problem is, everyone will go blind if you continue this way. Every one
yes,
of us,
yeah,
we go blind. We are not part of them yet. Let's just be diplomatic, intervene,
okay.
Okay.
for and all that.
So
No,
finally, we're
finally,
going to the United Kingdom. The
okay.
title of the story is Royal Plea. King Charles called for mutual respect and understanding after racist riots that targeted Muslims and migrants in Britain, a Buckingham Palace spokesman said on Friday, marking the first intervention by the monarch since the unrest began last week. The king thanked police and emergency services for their efforts to restore peace and welcomed the way that community groups had countered the aggression and criminality from a few, the spokesman said.
Mm. The optics from the skirmishes and all that, they're not good. It was bad. It was so so
Very British like.
very, very.
Yeah,
Very.
well,
Let me see.
in the UK,
Hello,
they have a
hello,
policy of trying to embrace all
hello,
kinds of
Yeah,
culture.
they do that, and it's
hello.
telling now. I think they're feeling some reverb over that. They're not seeing it,
Yeah.
but we see it from the outside. I don't know the
Mm.
survey that said recently that a lot of Muslims are residents there now.
Yeah, there
Um,
was news that from 2015,
yeah,
there was a large uh, emigration of Muslims
uh-huh.
from, different parts of
Different
the
parts of the
world
world. Yeah,
into Britain, and it's changed their society a lot in,
that's
some ways.
changed. That's changed.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you so much. Are there our friends out there trying to call us to contribute? So I suppose, and the network has been unfriendly. Please don't give up. Continue to try. We'll try and see if we can pick up and revert to whatever points you want to make as we go ahead. We are taking a short break now to come back with headline reviews as quickly as possible. So we'll look for what shut down by Spyro featuring Fina. Our boys have some names, man. Spyro featuring Final, singing Shut Down. Interesting. So I was trying to call since the line has been working.
Oh dear. Is it the studio line? Studio line.
Yeah. Yeah, so,
Okay.
Hmm.
So much trouble in the world.
So much. So much.
Sometimes I take time. I stop watching the news for some time, maybe a day or
Hmm.
so. I will not read the news just for my own
Hmm.
peace.
Hmm. It's a wise thing to do for balanced mental health.
Yeah.
I understand there's supposed to be a 1 million match today.
Okay, where?
All the states now, supposedly,
My God,
I don't think they can get the million again.
I didn't see that.
There was a promise
Okay,
that this is the
the
last day of
protest was supposed to culminate today.
today.
The
Yeah,
climate.
that's why they wanted to write it up with a 1 million match.
Yeah, the sad thing about a 10-day thing like that is, you see, a lot of people in this economy earn their living on a daily
On a
basis.
daily basis. Yeah,
So, I mean, calling them off the streets for 10 days could be agonizing. It could cause more trouble for them.
yeah. 2 days, my brother. 2 days is enough to destabilize the family. two
Yeah.
days, not going out, or going out
Uh,
not working, or not bringing anything in.
you look at the traders, those who sell commodities by the roadside or who
Mm.
hawk, what would they do?
And then you have people looting their goods or the fear of being looted. You know, it
Oh,
just
dear. It's a
it
catch
just
22.
oh yeah.
Catch 22.
Okay, we're going back. I will take a snap, pot shots, and nitpick on this day for newspaper headlines, the cover pages. Courtesy Nigerian newspaper www.nigeriannewspaper.net. Thank you. We start with Saturday Vanguard, and it's very elaborate. Large picture of course, the end bad governance, and then a picture of a female, uh, essentially put there to attract the readership. But the headline says Nigerians tell federal government how to end bad governance. And they listed some
Hmm.
of the things Nigerians want the government to do that
Mm.
apparently the presidential broadcast did not
Capture.
suffice. Downsize cabinet, reduce cost of governance. Two,
Mhm.
fight corruption with all sincerity. Three, stop crude oil theft. Four, reverse harsh economic policies. Five, endure culture of impunity. I beg your pardon. End culture
And
of
and
Six, fight insecurity, boost agriculture. Seven, invest substantially in critical sectors. Eight,
Mhm.
ensure justice, equity, rule of law. And finally, nine, ensure electoral reforms. These are the
Mm.
things Vanguard says Nigerians want government to focus on so as to end the
Yeah.
bad governance. Gentlemen, They seem very, very legitimate and sensible.
Yeah. Okay, look at the reduce the cabinet, for instance. President
Hmm.
Tinubu has the largest number of ministers in the history of Nigeria. He has
That thing is
48.
this. That's
48.
very.
Now, that
Have
is
you
not
added the new ministry?
counting special advisors. Oh, you mean the Ministry for Cattle
Yeah,
and Ranching?
yeah,
Yeah.
I
can,
haven't
yeah.
added that yet. You
You
know?
know, please add it so you can have a
It's
brown
so,
figure. You
it's
must
so
add it.
disappointing. It's so
And you know,
disappointing.
each of the ministers will have his own aides as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
Do you, do you,
what do you
do
mean?
you understand that?
They have permanent secretaries, they have directors, a
Yeah.
complete directorate. I
I
suspect that
was
after this protest,
sitting
we
with
might
the
have
finance man who was
Ministry
doing
of
an
Protest Monitoring.
analysis during the week, you know,
Uh-huh.
and he was telling me that the government has taken some right decisions, that he
Okay.
sees it auguring well with Nigeria in the future. And I said, well, yeah, government has taken some very right decisions, but there have also been some wrong decisions too. I mean, and when the wrong seem to outweigh the right, where are we
Yeah.
going? You know, I don't know.
It's sad.
It's
It's
a sad case. It is sad. It is sad. And you know, the other thing for me is the intake, inviting the ministers on board. Every minister should come with a policy, a paper, working paper. This is what I intend to do for this ministry to work. I see all of them, most of them coming, and we have greater problems. You know, it's like we're still working in the dark or something. They're bereft of ideas. I'm sorry. Yeah, I feel very bad saying this, but that's the way I see it. We shouldn't be having problems in most ministries. Some ministries are still just there. I wonder if I mention ministries now, you agree with me. There's a lot to do with health. There's a lot still to be done in education. Health, importantly, local government bases, health centers, they're not there. They're not there. They only exist by names in most places. Yeah, somebody will say it's a local government problem. I agree. But there is a health formulation, a health policy that binds the whole nation. And we have to act fast because people are still dying of things they can avoid not to die of.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I guess for the talking points are already getting in. So I'll take one more newspaper and then we may call it a day. Let's go to Saturday Punch. It leads with federal government floods major cities with policemen ahead of 1 million march, 1 million man march. Massive corps deployment in flashpoints, protest venues nationwide. Organizers tackle federal government on rights violations, demand the release of demonstrators.
Yeah.
You know the problem is the statement that says it is insanity to do something same way, same time, same movement, same
All
processes,
over.
and expect something different at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Is a mark of insanity. We always do these things. We always end it. We always go back, and nothing always is done. It's like NLC, labor strikes. They have a time, a timeline. They will sit at the what's it called, round table. They walk away from round table. They will come back and sit again. They will declare an ultimatum. They will start a strike. Then they will cut it short because they have met them halfway. They will promise them, and then they will go. Then they will come back. You remember Asutu? This dance of nonsense, the dance of incompetence and frustration. It's frustrating. At the end of the day, 1 year after, if you review today, except by the grace of God, though, and something happened gratuitously, we'll still be talking about the same issue. Anytime I want to frustrate myself, I go through my articles. I've been writing my counterpoint now for like years. That's 1993.
That's your therapy. That's your therapy.
I'll go back as far as 94, 95, 96. And I'll be reading about problems in Nigeria,
The
and
same
it's the
thing.
same
The
problem.
same thing.
Only the characters have changed, and the
You
volume
can
and the
even
volume
take some of the
of the
material
wickedness.
from the past and
I,
bring
I
it
usually,
forward, and it will be
I
relevant.
usually, I, I usually do that. I say, I'm bringing this forward to show that we are they are just circumlocuting around the same issue.
Oh,
It's getting bigger in volume, but it's the
Oh
same
dear, oh
issue.
dear.
Governance,
yeah.
bad governance has been with us since we took over ourselves, the independence. And we realized there's a lot of money in politics instead of working in the farms.
Uh-huh.
But governance are doing bad. Everyone that will be boasting and making noise outside, when they get into government, they become bad. I don't know.
Mm.
But he said one day that there is a spirit in Nasoro that condemns them to misbehave. They just
Fudge,
turn bad.
Fudge. This is smiling and crying.
It is. It is.
It
That's how
is.
people say. You can
It is.
look at this. So it pains me so much. I get frustrated so
Yeah.
easily with what's going on in
Yeah.
Nigeria. Because in your own individual homes and practices, you try to work on excellence. You try to give
Mhm.
productivity. You try to be effective.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You try to be competent, so that you can pay salaries, so you can deal with people rightly.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
and then you look at people that they are not, it's not as if they are better than you, but they have, by grace of God, been in a position to effect power and to dispense resources, and they mess up
Mm.
so childishly, so incompetently, so carelessly, so nonchalantly. I don't even know what adjectives to use to qualify them.
You've used
But
quite enough.
you know, but the thing is,
No,
they get away with it.
by word.
They don't want
Yeah.
their country to come back
I
again and say,
know.
vote for me. And lo and
Frustrating.
behold, one way or the other, they get back
We
there
will.
again.
We will vote for them. We keep voting. We keep voting.
Vote for them.
We
How can
keep
you vote for
voting.
people
The
that
electorate is
are
part of the
responsible on
problem.
serious,
They
on
keep
civil,
voting for the wrong people.
and we still
Yeah.
vote for them? Oh,
Yeah.
it's so painful. Sometimes I just say, like you do Wakanda, all these things you watch in movies. So God will just give you some power that you can use one finger and the person will finish. And I'll be looking for all our leaders, the ones that want to finish. And
Well,
I
you
change
know,
them.
But you
And I
will
change
work
them
out.
to
You will see them.
automatically.
You will work out.
that's
God, you
where
will
the
see them.
idea came
You know, you know, just something
from.
to
Yeah.
change them to become something else, something fantastic. Oh, gentlemen, when we remember Nigeria, you get emotional and get annoyed and all that. Well, we need to calm down. We need to calm down. We're taking a short break. Our guys are in the house. We take a short break. We come back. We discuss an interesting person, worthy of our attention. Well, I will let you into the kite. I'll introduce my guest as we come back. Let's have this. Charles, how now?
Good morning, my editor.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
Good to see you. Our
Well,
family.
Fine.
Azuman, how you doing?
I'm fine, sir. Good morning, sir.
This your white Ichebe bed. You just
Now,
use
Ah,
to terrorize. How are you?
now.
Fudge. Is that
Sir?
Azu? Is that
Yeah,
Azu?
that's that.
Uncle
Ah,
Totes.
Fudge. I can't believe. Azu, how are you?
Uncle Totes, I'm very fine, sir. Good morning, sir.
Ah, I'm so happy to see you.
Thanks so much, sir.
Good
Same here,
morning.
sir.
You see, like
Welcome.
Yes, sir.
Azu is trying to
You're
look like
welcome.
Mr. T. Mr. T is trying to look younger. Azu is trying to look older.
Either way, it's too late. Look younger at this age. Oh my God. Welcome to the show. Welcome. Welcome.
Thanks so much, sir. Mr. Alex
Welcome.
Ogundadegbe, I greet you.
My brother, you're
Ogun that
welcome. You're welcome.
Azu
I
has
was
not
greeting you.
Longest
We
time.
couldn't hear. Yeah.
Well
Ogun that
done. Well done. How is your family?
We are well. We thank God.
How is work?
We are doing well.
Well done. Well done. Nice to see you again.
Yeah.
Yes.
You didn't give him the haircut. need him there.
Nekere.
He has to hear what's going on.
Mmesoma.
Never listen, man.
Mmesoma.
This music that you alone are enjoying, Fudge, it's not fair.
Sir? Hey, sorry, it's Hallelujah Jimmy by Onyeka. We can't play
Yeah,
it
you
on
can't.
there for you to
Don't,
hear.
don't bother to reproduce it. See, I'm not talking about the
No,
original.
I'm not trying to sing it. I don't want to injure myself.
Hallelujah, Chimle. Jehovah
Somebody said,
Chimle.
do Nigerians really vote for them? Okay, yeah, he said, you are going to translate it all later. I've been looking for how to get some of the word.
No problem, sir.
Then somebody said, I don't understand Azu in white beards. Yes, so. Okay. Well done, Alpha. Nice one. I will be in and out. Okay, thank you so much. Energy and gas, multimedia. Okay. Now I have a chance to ask someone. I have two people. One will be posing as a world leader, as international citizen. He may not want to translate, but Azu will translate for me. How some of the lyrics of this lovely, lovely piece of humanity. Today we are discussing Onyeka Owenu MFR, her impact in Nigerian entertainment. She's a woman of many parts. I will talk about that as I introduce my guests. They are already in, and we will chat their perspectives on the structure and stature of Onyeka Owenu within the entertainment industry. Remember last week we did a musical dedication to her. All songs were from Onyeka Owenu's discography. Today we'll be discussing her passage. She died on the 30th of July, uh, 2024, a couple of less than 2 weeks ago, and it's been traumatic for a number of people. But who is she exactly? Please, when you're oh, okay. Please move your chair closer. Move closer more. Okay. Well, as we launched into the discussion, you also can join us. The number to call is 0913 697 3485. 0913 it's 6973485. You can be part of the discussion as we speak about the elegant stallion. I call us siren of songs. Fantastic human being. But joining us this morning, I have already in the studio with me a long time entertainment journalist, former editor of Independent on Saturday, right? On Saturday, and now the publisher and CEO of his own online platform, CharlesOkogene.com. And of course, his name is Charles Okogene. Good morning, Charles.
Thank you very much.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah, doing fine. I've known Charles all my life in journalism. We've been in the trenches together, and I don't know how he does it. He's still reporting and all that. It reminds you of the American reporters of old who, even at 70, they continue to report and to dispense information. Welcome to the show, Charles. It's good to see you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, joining us from somewhere, I don't know, is the it used to be my brother, my young brother. Well, he still is former editor of Encomium. He was for many years entertainment reporter, and especially for movies. And and you remember that by 1999 or thereabout, Onyeka also launched into Nollywood, and she became quite adept at it, winning awards at it and all that. And uh, this gentleman covered her extensively, and they've been very close, very close. If you've read some of his articles in the past few days in tribute to Onyeka, he's spoken about their. I mean, she's godmother to one of his kids. Welcome to the Vintage Talk Show this morning, the publisher of Yes International, Azu Arinze. Good morning, Azu.
Thank you so much, sir. Good morning, sir. So nice to be here, sir.
Yeah, that's the ever cheerful. I've never seen Azu angry or frowning. Some elixir that's working for him, looking never young. But now he's trying to show the thing that is older, so he's keeping wet beds. That people have been wondering, what is it for now? What is he trying to? Who is he trying to harass? Well, we know some people who are trying to be younger, to look younger, and also trying to look older. He's an Igwe now. Is it called Ichie, right? Yeah, Ichie.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so I suspect that that's a title from our eastern borders and all that. And he's here with us. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, sir.
Let's start. First of all, how you received the news that Thursday, the 31st of July. Charles, let's kick off with you. How did you come to you, the news about her passage?
Thank you so much, Mr. Ford. I woke up early that morning, go through my Facebook only to see Onyeka Onwuenu's photo picture on it, and the person was writing goodbye Onyeka. I said goodbye from where? So I now have to scroll down and read the full message. To say the least, I was shocked. Why was I shocked? I was not shocked because she died, because after all, the Bible has said that it's appointed unto man
to die but once.
But I was shocked that we never had that she was sick or anything like that. Either whether it's rumor sick or whatever, and dead. She died of someone, blah blah blah. That she collapsed after performing and died. I was terribly shocked. I said, does it mean that Onyeka does not do regular
checkups and all that?
Or what? Another thing I said, you know that these things fail a lot.
Yeah.
You can check today, tomorrow morning.
Something happened.
Something happened.
Yeah.
That is like driving a car. That the car you pick this morning and you're going to we can break down on the 10 Mainland Bridge. So that was how
you received the news.
I received it. I felt terribly bad throughout that week.
Wow. Azu, you have written a lot, so I already know how you felt, how it hit you and all that. Our focus is on, we are reflecting on many parts of Onyeka Onwuenu. As an artist, as a journalist, composer, women's rights activist, international property rights advocate, as a public administrator, and so on and so forth. She's a woman of many parts.
And you forgot one thing, as a fashion designer.
That's why I say ETC. You can add more of that. She's also into that. And she's also a counselor. She's a lot of things. Azu, what exactly part of her do you most admire?
Her resilience, her industry, her creativity, her energy, her abundant talent. You know, Onyeka didn't tolerate nonsense from anybody. I liked that about her. You know, because I got so close to her, I saw Onyeka cry. I saw Onyeka happy. I knew, so, her courage, her comportment, the way she spoke English language, the way she spoke Igbo language too. Onyeka for me, most times I find it difficult to use words for her. So Onyeka for me remains one of the most talented and gifted souls that I ever came across. Educated, cerebral, exposed, enlightened, caring, tough, soft. Onyeka is like the elephant that the blind people saw, that they get touched. So people gave their description based on what they felt with their hands. But for me, she was one of the greatest musicians that Africa has produced. I think let me just pause it there.
Okay. As Adu remains in pause, we'll listen to this. What's she saying? What's Bianolo?
Bianolo, God come and listen to our voice, our cries.
Oh, like an appeal.
Yes.
God like to don't sing. No Fuji, don't sing for us. Leave singers to sing.
And she's saying that no matter what we do, God's power remains the greatest. There's no power that can triumph over that of the Almighty God. Wow. That's what when she said.
Yeah. The musician in the house, you please pause. Let's listen to Professor House. Okay, Charles, let's have your view. And there's a lot of run-ins. I don't know if it happened to you. There's a lot of run-ins between journalists and Onyeka. Onyeka is noted for being strict, being disciplined. She didn't brook nonsense. She didn't suffer fools gladly, and therefore she could take umbrage or take annoyance at one question that is improper. And then she's so fussy about not asking private questions and all that. Have you ever had any fiasco, so to speak, with Onyeka, and how did you resolve that?
Not to my knowledge. I never. But the only thing I can tell you is that towards when she was the DG of this women's
the center.
That was when we almost had a clash. And what was the clash? She invited me to Abuja. I interviewed her, and we agreed that I should help circulate the story to other papers. I will mention the name for advert's sake.
Okay.
About 4 papers. So and I told her that we will segment the circulation. I will not publish everything one day.
Okay.
She now agreed. So I started from the bottom to the top. Like the least popular paper. I took one of them, took another very popular one that is in Solo, and took 2 that is in Agedimbu area there. Then when the papers came out on Saturday, I called her as usual to pick the papers in Abuja because she was still in Abuja, I'm in Lagos.
Okay.
So when she now bought it, she called me back and said, "Why did I use the story in a?" This is exactly her word, inconsequential paper. I was very angry. If Onyeka was my junior, I would have abused her.
Why were you angry?
I was angry. What is there any paper that is inconsequential?
That's their own estimation.
I know, but as a journalist, you should have known that anything on black and white, don't underrate
it's of consequence. Yeah.
What brought down? I told her what brought down Salisu Buhari. That Salisu Buhari was first published in one quote unquote inconsequential paper in Kano before the news flash on it and called Salisu Buhari the face of a liar. And where is Salisu Buhari today?
You're right.
So
you're right.
We now argue this thing, and I told her that you said you agreed that we should syndicate it one, and you never agreed on the formula of syndication, whether from the top to the bottom, or the bottom.
There should be no bottom at all.
Or just everything one day.
Yeah.
No, that is about. She has agreed that we syndicate it, so that's that question is open.
Okay.
You know, said that I should, and by that time, one of the so-called popular papers he wanted me to give it to was already working on it to come out next the following Saturday. And out of anger, and I called the guy I gave it to drop it. To drop it. Because myself, I'm
already angry.
I'm also an angry, but a temperamental person.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was the only time
you have some kind of
and I regret it that we couldn't resolve it before.
Oh,
that is one of the that was one of the
one of your regrets.
Yeah.
Okay. So we get to see her character from what you have discussed. She holds some people a certain level.
Yeah.
And she was expecting to understand how can you come beyond that. Okay. Azu, any encounter, I don't want your sweet encounters. I want anything that has brought you almost at dagger's end with her.
Okay.
To show different side of her.
Yes. You know, she was supposed to go with me to the governor's 80th birthday party.
Okay.
Something happened and she called me and said she wasn't going to go again. And I now said no, she should. I tried to intervene. She said no, that I should remember that was what caused our initial issue, that I should steer clear. So I had to stay clear. Now, let me tell you what caused our first disagreement. You know, after I resigned from Encomium to set up PS, she agreed that she would be one of our celebrity columnists. So, but you see, in either our first or second edition, Anna wrote a story. She shared something with me. Anna wrote a story. Apparently, she was very, very embarrassed by the story. So she now called me to say that she was at Maryland now. She saw Yes International magazine and she bought a copy. She saw one story on the cover. Was that that thing that she told me about? I said yes. She said, I wrote it. I said yes. How can the people do that? She said, did I ask you to fight for me? Can you carry my battle for me? I can handle my battle. I didn't ask you to. As you wrote that thing. And for that, she said she wasn't going to talk to me for almost 1 year. 1 year.
Wow.
And I thought I was doing her a favor. You know, like somebody said, now look at what this person did. And I said, okay, I will just deal with the person now. She said, no. If I wanted you to write about it, I would tell you. I was just talking to you as my, because she called me little brother. So I was just talking to you as my little brother. So it was after that when I was trying to tell her to forget what happened on Saturday, let us go. She said, Azu, you remember what I told you? Remember what caused our first wahala? So I now put
Yes.
to avoid calling her again.
Yeah.
Wow. What a woman. This is Greatest Love by Onyeka Onwenu. I think from around the early 20s, 2002, 2003, 2004, she started becoming more religious, more spiritual, singing more religious songs and all that. Themes of God, love. I mean, she's always been love from day one, but more about the divine love, divine intervention and all.
Greatest love.
One of what I would call legacies that Onyeka has left us is a powerful voice. Voice that is singed with experience, a voice that caresses the emotions and make you linger while you listen to her music and her choice of lyrics. Beautiful thing, you know. But Charles, I want to ask: have you had occasion to question her musical supply, so to speak, her musical composition, or something that you came across you didn't like? I'll give you an example. In 1999 or 98, I can't remember now. I think I can't remember. When Benson and Hedges came, and she was enlisted, one of the few that was, and it was going to be an international thing. And then she dropped Yogogo and amongst other songs. And I thought to be crossover at that point in time was what was very important. Sing songs that could cross over globally. And I didn't rate Yogogo very highly. And she was so annoyed, she was so offended and all that. And we are always having our perennial annual fees of, so we may not talk for like 5 years. But have you had any occasion where you challenged our musical composition?
Yes, it is the same Iyogugu. Okay. Then I was still with Evening Times. Evening Times was still on.
Okay.
So we just wrote a one-person comment that Iyogugu is just a folklore. It's a song that is very popular in Igbo land and some parts of Igbo-speaking South. That's a folklore, and she didn't quite like that commentary, rather. And they reported us to the then editor of Evening Times. That was Mr. Clement Iloba. That one that said reported us, me and Kazeuko.
Oh, okay.
And Clement called us, and Clement said, well, that what we wrote is true, But that what she did too, that she added value to it. That Iyo Gogo is the way she sang it. It's not the way
Song
we
all over
sang
the
under the moonlight
Mhm.
in the village.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't escalate, Sha. The
Okay.
matter didn't escalate. So
Okay.
I think Clement Iloba handled it well. That was the only time I questioned it.
Okay. I believe for many years she felt threatened by the people she called soft cell. And I was basically entertainment, but I was also in soft cell. And as in the soft cell, so it's peculiar. It's square, so to speak, that they have a charming relationship. As even as, while he was a leading figure in soft cell, you know. Also, did you have that? Do you have to carry the cross for your colleagues when you represent a hardcore segment that she disliked most intensely? And there you are. You go to her office, get to her home, she comes to you and all that. How did you breach that? Now let's take a little bit pause. I want to listen to this music. This is what we are quarreling about. Sing you. Okay, while that is playing, let's hear from Mazu.
Okay, I guess maybe because of the circumstances under which our relationship started, she just took this special interest and liking to my person. She never mentioned anything soft sell or in all my dealings with her, she always referred to me as her little brother. She'll just say, okay, come to the house or come to the office. Then we'll sit down. She'll say, this is what is bothering me. In fact, only that once that I breached that trust inadvertently, not like I knew it was going to be an issue. I thought I was fighting for her, which she
Yeah.
didn't like. She never told me anything about whether being a soft cell person or not being a soft cell person. We just met, fell in love with each other, and the relationship blossomed till she went to be with the Lord. Never.
Well, thank God she's not around to question you when you think you fell in love with each other. That
No, not fell in love with each other in quote, not just as little brother and elder sister, not I know hello. My power is
I don't want you to clarify it.
I have to add to what
Okay.
Azu said now.
Okay.
In fact, when I left Evening Times and joined a certain soft cell newspaper, the first time I went to interview Onyeka, I wanted to interview her. Then when I got there, I told Onyeka gladly that I've left Punch I've left Evening Times, blah blah blah. I was expecting Onyeka to tell me, congratulations. That's very good. You know what he told me?
What did she say?
He said, that paper that is being managed by, I won't mention the person's name. He said, we're having problem. We're in court. I won't talk to you, Chance. I won't talk to you. And she didn't talk to me that day.
Yeah.
But after some time, with the intervention of people like Koroji and others, we returned to our normal good relationship.
Okay. Okay. Well, I can guarantee that I've had interactions with her. Some pleasant, some not so, and
I'm very much aware of that.
too many unpleasant ones. Too many unpleasant ones. She reminded me that I went to see her. She said, "Didn't your boss tell you that I'm in court with them?" I said, "They did." She said, "And you came?" I said, "Yes." So maybe she saw me as a little boy. She just said she had pity on me and gave me the interview because she said, "Didn't your boss tell you that I'm in court with them?" That was her first question.
Well, to disabuse your mind, there's no one in court that was my direct cause because me, I'm always on the intellectual level, on the entertainment level. It's one of those
Okay.
stories that you and your younger colleagues or whatever colleagues you have when they always look for her. Usually the private story, the private things, what you want them to publish and all that, because she's an intensely private person,
Yes.
And I remember her comments when she reconciled with Tina on the way, night shift one day, and she was like, one of the things she said after Tina died was that she was grateful to God that they were able to patch it up. So I was there in the club that day, and she eyed me, was like, "Thank God it is finished. The feud is over. Thank God that these wicked people, there's nothing you can enjoy doing it again." I look at her, I just laugh. I said, well, she's an interesting person. Now, in terms of uh, her music and the rapport with other artists, do you see her as someone that could pull others, that was like influencing other younger ones? For instance, I know she fought a lot for women's rights and all that, and then she did a lot with collecting societies and all that. But did you see her as someone that gathers people like a rainbow, that gathers younger people together to help them? People have good things to say about Okoroji, whether you're on one side or the other. Some people have good things to say about Ras Kimono, about Sonny Okosun, because of what they did to others and all, younger people and all. Do you have any story about her relationship in terms of harnessing talents of others and grooming others to become great?
Many. Let me remind you. You remember in 1992, the late Christian Iboku contested Piman presidency against Tony Okoroji in Kaduna, Amdala Hotel. I was on the side of Christian Iboku, even though we're journalists, we're not supposed to be partisan. My senior colleague, my Kazie, was on the side of Okoroji. Onyeka was one of the front leaders that supported Christensen. Onyeka, Roland Onwama, Uncle Laulu Ekins, and so many others, and they fought the battle in Kaduna. Okoroji won. They came back to Lagos. They went to court. I still remember the court 7, with Justice Inumedu Akonde as the presiding judge. Okoroji still won. So that ended it. After all the effort of Atolagbe or something like that, who was a Christiansen's lawyer. I think you should know him. Then another one that he tried to gather people along with her. With Stella Moye, they formed one association of women singers. Something like that. I've forgotten the name correct title. So that was how I tried to use her own influence, her own talent, her own money, or whatever, if you allow me to say that, to try to galvanize others to come together. Yes.
Okay. Azu?
Can I put in something there, sir?
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, if my memory still serves me right, I think people like Cecilia Mohimi, Michael Cree, Zubi Enebeli, Chris Hanen and co, they used to be members of our Kabasa band. So, I mean, one way or the other, she has also contributed to the emergence of of those ones. But you see, one thing I have come to know about life is that sometimes people benefit without talking about it, but sometimes people benefit and talk about it. So it depends. It's up to the people involved. But I want to believe that she really, really, really impacted lives. You know, in most of my encounters with her, she shared some things with me and everything.
Okay. I get the point. So everybody's not like Azu. When you do something good for him, he will probably announce it and all that. Now, in moments when you are with her, Azu, what did you call her?
What do I call her?
Yeah.
I call her auntie.
Oh, I
And she
see.
calls me little brother.
Okay. Now, looking at her, you know, there is no human being that doesn't have one chink or the other that is not too good and all that. Do you have some sense of, sometimes I need to stay away from this woman so it doesn't influence me negatively? Do you ever have that kind of thoughts, or do you feel the, going around or moving around with her too much will affect you or affect your family or affect your relationship or affect your job?
No. The only thing I didn't really, she was very, very impatient. You know, that was for me. That was just the only thing. She showed me so much love. You know, she enjoyed my company. You know, maybe when she's bored or maybe when something is disturbing her, she will call me up and say, "Oh, Azu, where are you?" I'll tell her. She can say, "Okay, come over to the office or let us meet somewhere." But I just noticed that she didn't have patience for some things. You know, so that's for me is just the only thing I won't want to inherit. You know, every other thing about her I enjoyed. You know, she was too impatient for, you know, especially things I don't know how to put it. You know, she didn't want some jabajantis things around her, so to speak. You know, just that impatient. That's yes, that's just the only thing.
Have you ever sung with her before?
Yeah, most of the time when I'm there, maybe if something takes her attention away from me, maybe I'll begin to sing one of the songs. She will join me, and you know, then sometimes maybe I may not get the line very well, and she'll tell me, "Okay, this wasn't what she said there, what was said there, and everything." But we haven't done that professionally, in the office
That's lovely.
or you know, yes.
That's lovely. Attention, everyone. Azu is an aspiring singer who fancies himself as some kind of whiskey, or is it final? She used
I was a reggae musician.
she used to tantalize us with Fuji songs and, you know, in the class newsroom and all that. Okay, Charles. The final question as we go. Charles, what's your? How do you classify her in talking about Nigerian entertainment? How do you classify her impact? How do you summarize it? How do you envelope it? How do you describe it? I don't know if you get the point. How do you describe her impact in all these 40 years of her existence in the industry?
In fact, one word, she was awesome.
Hmm.
You will recall that at a stage, it was only Onye Konwenu and Christian.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It was Onye Konwenu or Christian. When the Nigerian music industry was man's world, when the likes of Fela them and the Kosu them were sick, but you can never miss Onye Konwenu. You know? You remember their tour of the frontline, frontline states, where the man that gave her Elegant Stallion got inspiration. You know, I'm still picturing her performance at the Children of Africa concert at the National Stadium, where she had small disagreement with the security men, and the security men dog scratch her, tore her dress and scratch her leg because of the thinking that she wanted to attack the security people. So to me, Onyeka Owenu was all in all. And I doubt if Nigeria will be blessed with a musician like her. Not just by singing, but longevity on the scene. You know, she sang to death.
On to the very moment,
Yes,
last
that's
moment. Yeah.
just like what people say, he died in active service.
Service, yeah.
You know?
You're right. All right. Thank you so much. Charles Okogene, publisher, CEO of CharlesOkogene.com. It's interesting. We've been having a chat for the past almost an hour. We've been talking. And Azu, I'd like to have your final take on Onyeka. She meant many things to you. And your family felt it. I don't know whether as much as Tijani and Abraham now, but I know you keenly felt our passage. You know, have you met with the boys, with the children, with our children? Have you met up with them?
No, I haven't, because Tijani had to go to Aba to go see the eldest member of the family to finalize some of the burial plans. But I'm a member of the burial committee. We have been meeting, we have been discussing, but I'm waiting for TJ to come back so that we can see. But we have been having online meetings and stuff.
So, what do you think? What will be your suggestion for how Nigeria should treat her person?
I think number one is that the federal government, the Lagos state government, Imo state government, and even Anambra state government, they have to find a way to immortalize her. One thing I like about Onyeka is that she's already written her name in gold. As long as the world exists, her songs will continue to be enjoyed by generations after generation. For me, she was just a heavily misunderstood genius. But in her time, she's done, what some people may not be able to do. So she's had a beautiful race, and she's gone home to be with the Lord. Above all, I mean, she gave her life to God. So I have no doubt whatsoever in my mind that she's currently with the Lord there in heaven. She was a fantastic human being and one of the nicest souls that I ever came across. I pray that our soul continues to rest in peace, and the Lord continues to comfort and console the family and friends and everybody. Fantastic woman, but heavily misunderstood.
Thank you so much, Charles. Thank you. This is where we say bye-bye. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate your coming. And Azu Arinze, Onyeka's little brother, thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us.
Welcome, sir. Thanks a lot for having me.
We've been chatting about Onyeka Chi Onwenu, and the daughter of that name, Arandiziogo. I think
Arandiziogo.
Okay. Yeah. I love how Igbo pronounce some of these things. I love to speak Igbo. Just like Azu is trying with Yoruba. Charles is already lost. He can't speak any Yoruba but except abusive words. So, gentlemen, it's great seeing you once again. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thanks so much for having us.
Yes, we have come to the end of today's event or today's episode. Thank you, Esife, for joining us, and also to Alex Ogundadebe and Mr. T. Thank you for joining us. As we always say in this clan, be nice to everybody. Genuinely nice to people, and help them as much as you can afford it. So we say stay blessed, have a great weekend. And Oyeka says, share one love all over. Thank you.
Thank you.
Azu, thank you.
Wow. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you said so. Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Thanks so much, sir,
Enjoy
for
yourself.
having me. Thank you, sir. You
You're
too, sir.
welcome.
My regards to everybody, sir.
They'll hear.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.